Hey everyone, welcome back to the fourth video on how to speak Malay like a local. My name is Lisa and today I would like to teach you how to say several phrases related to wedding ceremonies because I just attended one earlier today and what I'm wearing right now is actually a kebaya, a traditional Malay attire. So the first word, well actually there are two words in here, is the term wedding ceremony, and in Malay we call it Majlis perkahwinan, and I know that's very long, which is why I've written it down for you. So you see that there's Majlis, which, that's Majlis means ceremony and perkahwinan means wedding. So I know it's a long word, but Malay is very, very straightforward. You just pronounce it exactly the way it's spelled. So M-A-J is Maj, L-I-S is lis. So it's literally Majlis. And perkahwinan. Why is it not focusing? Yeah. So Majlis, ceremony. Perkahwinan, wedding. Majlis perkahwinan, wedding ceremony. Alright, and right here you can see I've written orang kahwin because usually when someone asks you like, hey, what's your plan for the weekend, and people don't really say like, oh, I have a majlis perkahwinan to attend, because it's a bit too formal. So what you can say is orang kahwin. It literally means someone is getting married. So orang means person and kahwin means to marry. Kahwin is actually the root word for perkahwinan. So here I've written the informal pronunciation of kahwin. We don't really, just strike the H over here, and you don't say kahwin, you say kawin. So again, if somebody asks you, hey, do you have any plans this weekend? You want to go out, and you say, oh, sorry, I can't. Orang kawin. Orang kawin. Then people know that you've got like a wedding ceremony to attend. So this one is just so you understand. If you see like an invitation card, they would have this on the card, and you will know that it's an invitation to a wedding. All right, and so when you attend a wedding, you want to say congratulations, you say Tahniah. It's I don't know if it's 2 syllables or 3 syllables, Tahniah, but you say it really fast, like Tahniah. Yeah. I guess Tahniah is still quite widely used, but in the city, a lot of people, Malay, Indian, Chinese, we still use we still use Tahniah sometimes, but most of the time people just say congrats. But if you want to stick to Malay words, yeah, you can totally go to a wedding and say Tahniah. So that's how you spell it, and the pronunciation is really straightforward. It's Tahniah. Tahniah. Okay, and after you say Tahniah to the host, Malaysians, being Malaysians, the first thing they'll do is ask you if you've eaten or not, and usually they would just assume that you haven't eaten, so they will say, please have something to eat. So the way Malay people do it is to say Jemput makan. So Jemput means it's like an invitation, so they're inviting you to makan, which means eat. So so you will say like, oh, thank you for inviting me, Tahniah, and then they will say like, oh, thank you for coming, Jemput makan, please have something to eat. So yeah, I guess if you invite some Malaysians over, you can tell them Jemput makan and give them a taste of home, because eating is like Malaysians' #1 favorite activity, is our hobby. Like everything in a Malaysian's life revolves around eating. So if you see a Malaysian, don't forget to include eating in the activity, right? Jemput makan. So If you just want to keep it even more informal, you can say like, makan, makan, makan. You know, you just forget to jemput, just say makan, makan. Then they will totally understand. And how long is this? Oh my god, 5 minutes. Right. One bonus word is bunga telur. So bunga telur is very specific to Malay weddings. Because for those who don't know, Malaysia is made up of 3 major races, the Malays, Chinese and Indians. So in Malay weddings, typically, you know, we have bunga telur, and the direct translation for bunga is flower and telur is egg. So it's literally boiled egg attached to some fake flour, because eggs have this, it symbolizes fertility and a bunch of other things that I don't know, but they're good things. So in the olden days, we always have bunga telur as wedding favors, but nowadays having boiled eggs is not so practical anymore, because you have to boil them last minute, if not they will get, you know, rotten. So nowadays in modern weddings, people just give a lot of small things as wedding favors. Like this is the one that I got. It's actually a pretty expensive wedding. I haven't even opened it, so let's see what I got. So yeah, if you go to more rural areas, you would get boiled eggs, but nowadays you probably get fancy stuff like this. I think this is a candle holder and inside, ooh, chocolate. Yeah, so chocolate is pretty common and I really like it because I like chocolate, but either way, eggs, chocolates, I eat them all because I'm a Malaysian and I love to eat. So yeah, if you remember my lesson from video number 3, when you have an A at the end of the word, you don't pronounce it as bunga, you say it as bunga. It's only when A is like at the end. Actually, no, I don't remember giving this lesson before. I will do it in video number 5. So yeah, just keep in mind, if you encounter a Malay word, right, and the A is right at the end, the pronunciation stops being A, it becomes So it's not bunga, it's bunga. Okay, so bunga telur is wedding favor. People actually still sort of refer to this as bunga telur, even though this is not an egg, but it's just like a term for wedding favors. Yeah, so I hope that was informative, and I look forward to making the 5th video. Alright, bye, have a nice day.